Morning. Good morning. All right, I'm going to get us started over on our Facebook Live. That way we can get through today's session. Some strategies on staying calm when everything else seems to be falling apart, right? All right. Going to go into the Hive Society this morning, and we are going to talk about some amazing little tips here. Okay, that's just my perspective. Okay. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well today. Okay, so we are live over here on Facebook in the Hive Society. Good morning. I'm Kimberly Borgens. So for those of you who are new to the Hive Society who may not know me, I'm the CEO of Private Security, Private Investigations business. And on top of that, I've been a business coach and consultant for 20 years because people kept asking me how I was being successful in business. And so the reason that I started doing consulting and coaching was because ladies were reaching out to me, Kimberly, how are you being successful? Can you help me do this? And so on and so forth. So, as the entrepreneur and business mind that I am, so guess what I did is I started another business and that's Be a Legacy. And part of Be a Legacy here is the Hive Society. So the Hive Society is after 30 years in business. It's my give back. It's my, help people to understand some key pieces to help them moving forward in business and in life. So again, I'm Kimberly Borgens. Welcome to the Hive Society. If you're brand new, thank you so much for joining us. And I do these lives every Friday. So today I'm going to just talk about how do you stay calm in the uncertainty and the chaos in your business, in your job, at home, with your family. This can be moved into the holidays, whatever that is that, look, chaos is going to happen. If you're in a business, if you're working, somebody's going to quit suddenly and then there's chaos, right? Somebody's going to, push back on a request that you have to create chaos and turmoil. Sometimes you hire two people and they just don't get along and there's some chaos, right? Your boss comes to you with a deadline and you need it, or maybe you have a new client that has a deadline and they really need you to step in and it creates chaos. Sometimes onboarding new clients can become chaotic depending on all the certain, pieces and things like that. So, think about all the things in your life, in your business, in your job, that could create chaos for you and get you off balance and out of whack and, not moving forward. Sometimes it'll get you stuck, right? And that's not what I want for you. I want you to have the opportunity to think of some skill sets, some strategies, some tips that can help you get through the chaos quicker, right? And, get the support that you need so that you can grow your business, be more successful, have great relationships with your family, have great relationship and reliability with your job so that you can move up in your job, whatever that is for you. So that's what today is about. So I'm so glad that you've joined us today. So, finding calm and, amidst the chaos and the challenges that we're facing, sometimes, can be a little like, oh, maybe it's medical chaos, whatever, right? Like life just happens. And the first thing that I'm going to say to you is you got to stop and take a deep breath. Okay, you go. Check in. What's going on for you? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling uncertain? Are you feeling a little nervous? Do you feel like you just don't have the capacity to do it? Do you feel like you just don't have the skill set to do it? What is it that's causing the chaos for you in that moment? So stop and take a deep breath. check in with yourself, right? The next thing is like, stay present. Like, what's happening right now? Let's focus on what's happening. Okay, what do I need to do? What are the steps that need to happen to get us through this? Who do I need to talk to? Find that space where you take a deep breath, you get present, get real present, right? And then go from there. Sometimes in chaos, you have to like stop the intake, right? Limit the intake of what's coming at you while you're still in chaos. Sometimes people will come in and, hey, Kimberly, I can't do that right now. You're going to have to come back in 5 minutes. You're going to have to come back this afternoon, right? I need you to try and solve that today on your own because I can't take in any more when I'm in the midst of chaos. Be okay with letting people know that, hey, hold on, enough is enough. I can't do this right now, right? And, I've said it with my husband sometimes. It's like, hold on, I can't take anymore. Like, hold on, I got to get through this first. Then you can throw one more thing on my plate, right? So you have to really pay attention to that, right? When it comes to business, on the business side, when you're in the mix of chaos, sometimes it's hard to figure out what you need to do first, right? So one of the strategies that I would suggest that you do is prioritize your tasks, right? Break things down into tasks, right? Into the smaller, more manageable steps. What I call is take your hunks and turn them into chunks, bites, and nibbles, right? And then prioritize them. That way, by doing that, what you can do is it prevents overwhelm, right? By looking at it going, okay, this is my big goal. This is what I got to get through in the chaos. How can I break that down to manageable tasks so that I can at least get started in moving forward in that? Make sense? Okay. So, and then time management. Sometimes the chaos is because, everything is being thrown at you. Get some things on your calendar, organize, minute by minute if necessary, right? I have a notepad that sometimes I'm like, okay, 8 o'clock, I'm doing this, at 9 o'clock, I'm doing this, and at 10 o'clock, I'm doing this, right? Sometimes I have to make a list of the things that need to get done in the day. Now, I don't have to make lists all the time because most of the stuff is, routine, but when I'm in chaos, I got to make those lists because all the chaos that's going on, I'm going to drop a step. It's most likely. So if you're not a list person, that's okay. You don't have to be a list person. Just do it while you're in chaos to help you to manage your time, right? And get those things out so that you don't forget something. Because chaos is just what it's called. Chaos. It's chaotic. It is, crazy and all over the place, right? I don't know about you, but when I need to manage chaos, trust me, it's crazy all over the place. Okay, maybe your chaos isn't the same as my chaos, but when I have a business with 80 employees and, $50,000 a week in payroll, like sometimes there can be a little chaos. And so you have to manage your way through there. The next thing that I would, technique I would give you would be to set some boundaries, right? I've said this before, I've done a whole little blog on it or whatever. It's like, look, having an open door policy where anybody can interrupt you at any time is not always serving. Okay. I love the concept of an open door policy, but I found that if I have open door all the time, people come in and interrupt me and I get pulled off track. I can't stay organized in my thoughts. I don't have time to like really focus on it. And then I'm like almost more like multitasking, and multitasking can lead to, leaving something off the table. So set some boundaries, establish clear boundaries with your team. I have open door policy when my door is open. Okay. When it's not open, then, unless it's an emergency, please don't knock. Right. I'll even have little sticky notes that'll say, hey, in a training, on a live, don't interrupt. Need a break, right? So it's okay to set those boundaries. Set boundaries for, family and friends, whatever that is, so that you get to take care of you first. Because when you're in chaos, it's hard to take care of somebody else if you're not taking care of you, right? So keep that in mind. The next strategy, this is in business, personal life, or whatever, is delegate. Okay. Look, I wrote a whole book on this, right? You can go to my website for the resources on that one, right? But a whole book on delegating, right? In order to thrive in business, You're going to have to delegate some things. Look, I am not the social media poster. I mean, I do some, I dabble here and there, but for consistency and regularity, I hire somebody, I delegate that out because I have just way too much of other stuff that's happening that I just don't want to have to deal with that. Right. For me, I delegate a lot of stuff. If I have 80 employees, do you think I'm the only one who manages it? No, there would be no way I would be successful or as successful as I am had we not delegated things out to people. For myself or my business partner, who happens to be my husband at this also, right? If we were doing everything, we would still be a small mom and pop shop. Okay. But we have a multi-million-dollar business because we delegate and find the right people to do the job to support us in growing the business. I'm still in the everyday, running of the company, and I'm right alongside everybody else who's in the everyday running of the company. Right. But I'm delegating out. And when something gets a little too heavy and it's a little chaotic, I look to see what else can I delegate out right now so that somebody else can help me. Right. It doesn't mean I have to delegate it forever. Maybe I just delegate it for a short time while I get through the chaos and then I can pull it back. Or maybe I delegate it for a short time and then I discover that that person's actually better than me. And then I just leave it as a delegation, right? I shift that up because if somebody can do it faster and better than me, I'm all in. You go do it, right? So make sure that you learn how to delegate. Here's some personal tips. One, when you're in chaos, drink lots of water. Drink lots of water, okay? Get the water. And the reason is because your brain needs lots of water. And if you stop drinking water and you get a little dehydrated, your brain's not going to function as efficiently as you need it to. All right. So drink plenty of water and make sure you get as much rest as you possibly can, during that time frame, right? Some physical activity. Sometimes you have to get up and just kind of take a little walk. Maybe it's a walk around the office a couple times, walk around the block, maybe take the dog for the walk, whatever, right? Get out and walk. Take the kids out for a walk with you if it's chaotic at home with kids, right? Is do what you can, have some physical activity. What that does is it gets the blood flowing. Of course, when the blood's flowing through your brain, it also creates some calming effects because while you're walking or doing a little bit of activity, get up and dance. I don't care. Turn on some music and just, start busting a move, right? But whatever that, it helps the circulation in your body, helps your brain function better, helps you take deep breaths, helps to reduce the overwhelm, the chaos, the stress. All right. Let's see. What else? Good thing, remind yourself that this is temporary, that this is a temporary situation. Chaos often is temporary situation. Now, there are some people who just it's chaos after chaos after chaos after chaos. I don't know how they live that way. They're going to create a heart attack for themselves. All right. But you don't have to create that much chaos. Okay. What you can do is just keep breathing through it, right? Create some positive affirmations. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to make it through this chaos, right? I'm going to learn a lot in this process too, right? Like these are some positive things that you can say to yourself. Remind yourself that you're capable, right? That you're capable of finding solutions, finding the right people to support you, that you have the strength to do this. Remind yourself that when you're in chaos, because I'm like, I just can't do this. This is just too much. It's overwhelming. I don't know how to do this. Can you just step back, please, chaos, right? I've been there. I know. But if I can go, look, this is challenging right now. I'm going to get through this. Okay. I'm going to find the solution that I need. I'm going to find the help that I do. So what do I need to do? That's where I break it down into those little steps again, right? Is so that I can remind myself that I'm capable, that I have the tools right in front of me, whether it's me or getting the support from somebody else, whatever that is, right? So make sure that you're giving yourself that positive feedback that you're going to make it through it. It really helps when chaos is, high in front of you. The other thing is visualize success within that is I'm going to get through this. And when I do, this is how much more successful I'm going to be. Right? Is overcoming challenges in business. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. So don't get mad at the chaos. Just know that it's going to teach you a lesson in the process and learn the lesson, because what that'll do is help prevent the chaos for the future. So, that's another way to combat that chaos. It's just like, you know what, I'm just in learning mode right now, and it feels uncomfortable. It feels a little hard. It feels a little stressful. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but I'll get through this. And then soon I'll have a whole new lesson and it won't be a problem. Okay. So just, keep that in mind. Another strategy, get organized or stay organized, right? And it doesn't mean like you have to clear off your desk and, have everything pristine. Because if you looked at my desk right now, it's not a pretty picture right now. Right. I have a stack of stuff right here on my desk that I have to get through today. Right. And I know that. And, but if I can stay as organized, mine are, little piles right here in front of me in order of which I'm going to be doing these tasks. Right. So, that's one way that I can just quickly organize something so that I know when I step into it, that I can move forward quickly. Right. So that's what I mean by organization. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I got to have all my files in alphabetical order and all my numbered items in numeric order. Like, that's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking organize. Organize it in a way that you understand it and that makes it simplified just for you. For me, it's this here, this task, this task, this task. I'm not kidding. Like, here's mine. They're all in order. Right? Like, they're in order of the tasks that I need to complete today after this live. So just know, organize it, stay organized for you, create your workspace to be as tidy and organized so that, it creates that productivity environment for yourself, right? And then limit distractions. I already talked about that with open door policy, is limit your distractions as much as possible, because that helps to create the boundaries, but it also allows you to stay focused on what it is that you need to be focused on today, right? And so you just never know, for me, it's just like, hold on, people will come to interrupt me and I'm in the middle of my head and numbers and I'm trying to calculate something. And I'm just like, I put my hand up and they know, just stop, just wait, let me finish this thought, right? Or I'm in the middle of trying to write something up. Maybe I'm working on a blog or, whatever. And, I'm in the middle of a thought and I'm going through and somebody wants to come in and they need their thing. They think that what they are coming to see me for is urgent. And I'm like, hold up, you're going to have to save that thought a second. And they'll stand there and they will wait. They have learned they can wait, or I'll say, give me 5 minutes and come back. And I just get back to work, right? So my team knows this about me. I've set that boundary up, and created that space to, not have distractions when I need to not be distracted, right? The other thing, on a personal side, again, when it goes back to your health, is limit your stimulants, right? A lot of people will get into chaos and then they're like throwing back the caffeine, right? And what I'm going to say is like, stop throwing the caffeine and add more water, right? Because the caffeine is a stimulant and it's going to get you up and going, but then it's going to give you the drop, right? Water is going to just keep the flow consistent, right? So, just keep that in mind. Watch your stimulants, relax a little bit, the sugar, the caffeine, they create much more anxiety, right? I don't want you to have anxiety. I don't want you to add anxiety to the anxiety you're already in chaos, right? So reduce those things, add more water. That helps to reduce anxiety and keep you more balanced with your brain flowing, right? The other one, multitasking. I know a lot of people, I'm a pro at multitasking. Like, okay, great. And if I were to sit down with you after you completed, all these multitasks, I would sit down and go, let's see where the errors might have been. And then you have to go back and fix the things that you have to course correct. What did you forget? A lot of times multitasking, you can do some multitasking. I can do some multitasking, but I only do multitasking when it's not something important. And if you're in chaos, it's most likely that you're doing something that's important. So I would just say limit your multitasking while you're in that chaos so that you can stay focused directly on what you need to stay focused on so you can reduce the chaos and get out of that anxiety space from the chaos, right? Let's see. I've already talked about delegating, get some support. The thing about chaos is sometimes you just need to reach out to a mentor, reach out to a confidant. Maybe it's somebody that you collaborate with and get some support from them. Hey, I have this challenge going on. What are your thoughts on this? Have you been through this before? Do you have any suggestions to get through this, right? Reaching out to a mentor to help you, get that kind of support can help move you through the chaos a little bit faster sometimes. So, seek advice, seek some guidance, get some support, and know that, you can get through the chaos. And sometimes it's a lot faster when you have somebody on your side helping you. Also, some flexibility. Look, when chaos happens, sometimes because of that chaos, we can get, a little caught up in our emotions around it, right? And so, I'll be honest, like get it done. When I'm in chaos, it's about boom, 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 control, right? Like that I can control that, right? So, I try to say I'm a recovering control freak, just like I'm a recovering perfectionist and all of that as well. But sometimes when I'm in chaos, like it's only facts. It's only, there's no small talk. There's just give me the information. This is what I need. I don't need all this extra, not all this extra noise in essence, in that chaos. And so I have to stop and take a deep breath and then still have some flexibility with my team, have some flexibility with my husband, have some flexibility with my kids, right? Being open to adapting and embracing adaptability is really huge when you're in chaos, is you have to accept some situations that are beyond my control, right? Beyond your control. We accept those situations, and then we have to learn how to manage it or move through it and go forward from there. So embrace some flexibility in the process of being in chaos, right? And remember that, finding the right combination of strategies for you, what's going to work for you, is the most important. I've shared many of the strategies that I use to get out of chaos or to calm the chaos, right, when I'm in it. But you have to find the ones that work for you. Right? For me, a deep breathing for a minute works, but if I sit here and go, okay, I'm going to deep breathe for 5 minutes. Nope, that doesn't work for me. Okay. But find what works for you. Maybe some meditation works for me or for you, right? For me, meditation doesn't work, right? My brain just goes hyperactive and goes, oh my gosh, we got stuff to do. Why are we sitting here trying to meditate? This is not going to work. I just don't know how, right? There's a little wink into the life of my head, right? But for me, it's like stop and take a deep breath. I will say a short prayer. A lot of times it's like, Father God, thank you so much for getting me through this chaos. Help me find the solution. Help me find the answers that I need to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and the most efficient and effective thing, and to serve you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. So it's just really quick. You see, my brain can do that, but to sit and meditate and just relax and it just doesn't work for me. So find what works for you. If meditation works for you, great. If prayer works for you, great. Okay. If taking deep breaths works for you, if running around the block screaming at the top of your lungs to release that energy, if that works for you, then God bless you, go do it, right? But find what works for you. And strategies, just know these strategies are different for each person. Pick one or two, play with it. The next time you're in chaos, grab another one and see if that works too, right? So just know, I just wanted to share some of the tools and tips that I've done throughout the years to help reduce chaos, with creating some strategies to help me get through the chaos. Look, we have been through so many things in business. As I often say, is I've been through everything in business that you shouldn't have to go through in business, and I'm still standing, right? So, chaos happens, and you're the one who's in charge of that. And if you get yourself caught up in chaos, just remember, get some support, delegate out some stuff, take some deep breaths, throw some prayers in, some meditation, whatever that works for you, right? And then, make sure that you prioritize your tasks. You create some time management, some boundaries for yourself. Be aware of, visualizing your success. Be aware of how you're talking to yourself and what's going on for that. Stay organized to the best that you can. Limit your distractions. Drink plenty of water. Let go of the stimulants. Just some of the quick little tips that I've been able to use throughout the years, one time or another, that have supported me through the chaos. So I hope this was helpful. Feel free to share below like one of the strategies that you're willing to step into, and share one that you've already done that you've noticed that it has worked when you've been in chaos. I'd love to hear about it. I'll respond to that. So feel free to put that down below. All right. Well, with that being said, I'm going to say, have a wonderful day. Help reduce the chaos in your life. That'll help reduce the overwhelm, help reduce the anxiety, and get you moving forward when you can stay focused and grow your business. Have a fabulous day.